Son, you know, once you start, there's no going back.
I know.
This means total commitment. Once you begin the path, there is no leaving the path. Are you sure you're ready for that?
From the AM to the PM, them come
One girl, we do one gun. Yeah, she after fun. Yeah, one shot, one gun. Yeah, bad girls after fun. One girl, we do one gun.
Hey, this is Ben from the Bad Decisions crew. Need y'all to do me a big favor. Now, if y'all already hear my voice, that means you on the Kelly J TV. So what I need y'all to do is go down there, like, comment, subscribe, click that bell for notifications so when she's live, you can get on there and be active in the comments. She will always see your comments. She will even put them on the show, and we'll talk about them. Let's hear your opinion.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Kelly J, and I'm straight from the D. Ain't nobody in my section going harder than me. Ain't no waiting for the top, cause I'm steady climbing the tree. Pleasant Grove to Oak Cliff, yeah, you know where we be. This is my show, and I got it under control. Podcast to interviews, yeah, we doing it all. Got the tea for whoever, ain't no Lipton involved. So when you got it poppin', girl, you know who to call. I'm the realest of the real, I'm just stating the facts. I got it out the mud, and I put the team in the back. Try to tell me I could never, so I did it and laughed. You know it's my turn, yeah. Kelly J on the map, y'all.
What up, what up, what up, y'all? We are back, we are back, we are back. We are back with another episode of Brotha. Now, I don't know if y'all caught at the beginning that nice little promo, but let me tell y'all, October 22nd, Honey Banks is finally, y'all know we've been waiting forever, finally releasing pages of her notebook, and she only has 15 spots available for the listening party. Make sure y'all click the link in the bio, and make sure y'all click the link in the description so that y'all can get y'all tickets. Trust, your girl Kelly J will be in the building. I gotta come and, cut up one good time with Honey. Just, wild out one good time. But before I go any further, I cannot do this show by myself. Without further ado, Brotha. What up, brother?
What up? What up?
What up, what up, what up? Like always, we got to tell y'all to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to be on the show or would like some brotherly advice, be sure to email us at KellyJTV. Now, y'all, we're not having this show by ourselves tonight. Ain't that right, brother? I think we got a full house tonight.
Big crew.
Big crew tonight, y'all. So I'm going to introduce everybody. Y'all already know, always with your girl, Kelly J. You got Bossman Ben. You got Big E The Bodyguard. So y'all already know Big E The Bodyguard in here. We talking about where do we go wrong. Who tonight is going to go deep, deep. But I'm just not by myself. I couldn't let you, I had to make sure I had some backup for this, okay? So I had to call some reinforcements. The first reinforcement I called in is my girl, KT.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
The second person I called in was my girl, Jazz.
What's up?
Hey,
hey.
The last and final person, the person I'm excited, I'm hyped, because I had to say the best for last. My girl, Boogie.
What it do? What it do? Boogie in the place.
Boogie in the place. Boogie in the place. We already got people jumping in the comments. Hey, sis. Hey, Sade. How you, baby? So the question of the night is, where did we go wrong?
Where did it start?
Where did it start?
Better go take the first stab.
Where you don't get to take the first stab.
You know, I already been told that. I got told I had, Miss Ladies first over there.
Oh, don't start. Don't start. We ain't gonna do that tonight. KJ.
I'm making a playing field fair. Come on.
Where did we go wrong? Where did it start? Okay, so to our special guest ladies, Jazz, Boogie, where do y'all feel it started from?
Or let's say, how do y'all see the kids today?
These kids today don't have no act right. They don't have that old school home training. Me being an 80s baby, growing up in the 90s, a lot of stuff that the kids do now, my daddy wasn't going for that. My daddy was coming up to the school busting heads.
Yeah.
So I knew from a young age, don't play with my daddy, he crazy.
Okay.
I feel like where did we go wrong? We don't have no more big mamas. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no more big mamas to like set the like tone for family and what family looks like and what respect looks like and what act right look like. We don't have we got a lot of grandmothers that don't even want to be called grandmothers anymore.
Right.
I wish you would. Like, you getting mad, that's your grandbaby. Like, I think we went wrong by there's a lot to say behind that. We went wrong. We lost our morals. I feel like we lost a lot. We stopped caring so much. And we start caring about the wrong things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of parents are younger than, your grandma's 39, your mama's late 20s. It's like, no.
Babies raising babies.
To the men. Where do y'all feel it started? Do y'all agree with Jazz, Boogie, so far?
I agree with all of that. And also, parents trying to be their kids' friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then just sticking your kid in front of all this technology and all this stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't make friends unless it's online first.
Yeah.
I don't know, what a friend is because their parents are their friends.
I've told my child several times, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask
Go ahead.
When it comes to that, because I think it was a discussion, I saw somebody on my Facebook, or not Facebook, TikTok. I be following people on TikTok, y'all. They be telling some good short stories in 3 minutes. I love them. But this woman's view of her being her daughter's friend, it was the boundaries that were set. And the way she described it, it made so much sense to me. And I understood her view on being your parent and being your friend as your parent. So she can come to her and feel safe to come to her. But she also got to know you can't cuss at me, disrespect me. It's the boundaries they set with each other.
Right.
And it was something she instilled in her at an early age. So she does look at her mom as she's her friend, but also that is her mother first.
Mm-hmm. But I think for most people, that's kind of a hard thing to maintain. Even being like, if you a manager or a boss or whatever the case is, it's hard for you to be friends with your employees. Mm-hmm. Because at some point, they gonna get in their feelings about having to be told to do something.
Or they gonna think they can get away with something.
Right. So I think it's kind of a hard thing to maintain. And like my mama, my friend, now that I'm the age I am now, me and my mama talk almost every day. That's like my best partner.
Yeah.
But it took a minute. When I was young, it wasn't. That was mama. Whatever mama say, that's what goes. I ain't have no. I couldn't. I ain't have no comeback.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
I don't need my parent to be my friend. I need my parent to be my parent.
Right.
I'm parenting my parents. They don't listen. I have to tell my daddy all the time. I'm like, dude, you're old. No, you cannot capistrol anymore. Just put the cane down. Chill.
But he still do it though, right?
Yeah. Right. I let him make it sometime.
Yeah, I mean, but the roles get reversed, and I think that's part of what we got to understand too. Is that at some point, these kids, we gonna depend on these kids to take care of us, and how much is that gonna happen?
That starts with the whole thing of being friends. That's why boundaries are all cool and all that, but at no point in time, in shape and form, do you feel or should feel like you can be like, hey, yo, what up? Hell no. It's not what we're doing. We ain't even gonna start that. Me and you are not the same age. I ain't one of your little homies in your little circle of friends. I whoops all the ass in here and you don't. That's the way that's gonna go. Discipline is discipline. Everybody don't believe in physical discipline, and you do the talking. That's fine. You can do what you do. My talk too is just that my talking got a short limit on it. Real short.
Yeah, he got that stern daddy voice.
Like, he got
that stern daddy voice. Like, right. Be quiet. You heard what daddy said.
Listen, right.
I got 5 of them. So yeah, I got 3 girls, 2 boys. My boys always like
this. I just have one. My daughter she just turned 19. And she's pre-med at Texas Southern University.
Hey!
Little congratulations. Little shout out.
Quick shout out to Boogie for that.
Yeah, my youngest is 4 going on 30.
Y'all, we jumping into the comments real quick. Mimi and y'all, she said, hey, Kelly J and team plus Black Jesus like always.
Hey.
Hey, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but tonight we're actually streaming on Twitch and Twitter. So we got some people over on Twitch. A1 Truth, what up? Say, hey, just stopping by to say hello. Hope all is well. Yes, everything is well. Please be sure to call me, too. It is so important. DM me, sir. And then we got Mimi saying, I'm going to be an observer tonight. Now, Mimi, we want you to chime in tonight.
But yeah, like always, we need them comments.
Right. We need your comments tonight. It is all about the parents tonight. And we want to hear y'all view. So Mimi, where do you think it started? We're gonna ask Mimi. We're gonna keep talking and hopefully she responds back. But Mimi, where do you feel things went wrong yet? Now I will say, y'all, my mom, we've had a rough road, okay? It's been a rough road. However, what I can say is today, my mom is definitely my friend. She's also my mama. She's also my daughter. Depending on what day it is, determines the role we play, okay? But it's the understanding that we have, and it did take us a very long time, and we do have boundaries. I know how far I can go. All of that. I don't press it. Let me just say that. I don't press it. But I'm glad of the relationship we got. What up, honey? Thanks. Y'all, make sure you click the link in the description if you're watching on the channel to have your chance. It's only 15 spots open, y'all. 15 spots. So click the link quickly and get your tickets to Honey Banks listening party. Y'all don't want to miss this. I'm telling y'all now. Y'all don't want to miss it, okay?
Event of the century.
Event of the century, baby. And I'm going to be in the building like, hey, what up?
Look,
hey.
I'm going to be in the building twerking it up with my flat booty like
right, girl. Tell me about it.
I need my booty back. I'm trying. I'm doing my squats.
Right. I'm going to start doing them too, girl.
Who's doing squats?
All of us.
Wait, this ain't the
This ain't the no little booties matter topic. No, we're going to have a part 2. We're going to have a segment for that. Do little booties really matter?
I mean, it ain't all the way little. It's just, It ain't as plump as it used to be.
Say something, there's not a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say if it's back there and it can jiggle it, you can make it move, then hey, booties matter, period.
Look how quick we got out. Look how quick we
Right.
got off
I'm
topic.
bringing it back. Mimi
Okay,
said
we'll be good.
she
I'll
just
be
wants
good.
to
I'll
stay
be good.
friends. You want to stay friends with who? You want to stay friends with who? With me, mama, we'll be friends to the day we die. Honey Baby said, let's go. Yes, y'all make sure y'all get them tickets. This is going to be a show y'all don't want to miss. But back to this topic real quick. So y'all mentioned about, we don't have any more big mamas anymore and all of this. But is it the fact that with the upcoming generations that the theory of it takes a village to raise children don't exist anymore? Like, I feel as though at a certain point there was a generation where you couldn't tell nobody about your kid. Like, you couldn't come to me and tell me what my kid done, and I'm not gonna take my kid's side. I've actually seen that where a parent took their kid's side over the adult, and I thought that was.
I think that's the start of it. I mean, that's mama.
Right.
Mama's gonna. I feel like mama's gonna always do that. They gonna before they get the full details, they got their kids back, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just think it has to be a limit. Like me and my mom again. That's what we gonna compare it with my mama, and I'm talking about my daddy too. But me and my mama, I tell my mama the truth. No matter how fucked up it is, what it is, I'm gonna tell my mama the truth. Because I know she got my back. Even though I do something wrong, I know she got my back.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm lying to her on top of doing something messed up, for me, my whole thought process came from that's gonna be 2 times she got to get her feelings hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But now, my dad, on the other hand, it really don't matter what it is. My dad ain't really trying to hear it. They said you did what? Oh man, why you do that? It ain't even really too much else with that. But like you said, my daddy got that voice. He got that look. A lot of times he ain't really have to say nothing. He just gonna look at me.
Now, KJ, I'm coming from a whole different angle on this conversation, right?
Okay.
I'm listening to what everybody has to say, and a lot of it, some of it I agree with, but I disagree with not being your child's friend. I disagree with it. When most people think about being your child's friend, it's like we on the equal level. There's, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you're treating your parent as if they were your friend, and not having that level of respect. I'm a mother. My son is in his first year in college. Shout out New Mexico State. And I also mentor youth. And that's the mistake that we made. It's a couple of mistakes that were made. First of all, you got a lot of parents being taken out of the household.
Bingo.
It could be incarceration, it could be divorce, it could be separation. So you decided to have a whole child with this person, and y'all decided not to fight hard enough to make it work out. Now you're making that child's life difficult. So guess what? If you're a mother and you're raising a son and the father is no longer in the house, only a man can teach a young boy how to be a man. A mother can give advice, but you don't walk the same lines. You're not treated the same in public. You don't have the same struggles. You don't process things mentally the same. So that's the first thing. You taking parents, so families are being divided. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is when you become your child's friend, especially at a young age, and I can attest to this, you have to learn how to create those boundaries. The fact that my son is my friend means that we can sit down and chop it up about anything. I don't care if it's girls, sex, sports, education, friends. I mean, just whatever it is they're going through. The last thing you want your child to do is when they feel like, they're going through something, to talk to their quote unquote friends at school and they friends on social media to give them advice when they don't even know what the hell they doing.
Right.
I want you to come to me, but when you start at a young age and developing that friendship, you also develop those boundaries. So, for example, in my case, my kid knows, like he knows what lines not to cross. He knows we could talk about any and everything because I want him to be open. I want him to be open and honest with me because guess what? Anything you trying to do, I probably already did and could tell you how to do it and get away with it.
Right.
I got your back. I have your best interest at heart. So you do want to make that connection, but that connection also with boundaries. These kids are suffering from a lot of shit, but we also have to look in the mirror and say, when we decided to have kids, what example were we setting in front of them? What situation did we put them in, even if it wasn't quote unquote our fault? What positions have we put them in? What have we exposed them to? I can't stand to hear, oh yeah, they bad, they this, they that, they that. Yo, you tell me that, I'm looking at you.
And that's why I said this is gonna be a long show because you going right into where I needed it to go to.
I'm just saying, I am looking at you. Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you talk to your daughter? How do you talk to your son? Is it negative? Bitch this? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Do you actually take him away or her away from the video games and the social media and say, let's talk about how everything is going in your life, your friends, the music you listening to, everything. You need to know those things about your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And having that type of loyalty and respect and support, they are going to show that same respect back to you. You're going to automatically get that. You ain't got to force that. If you're doing it right, you ain't got to force it.
Or if like you said, if you taking parents out of the household, however way. So some parents, that disconnect is already there just simply by not being in the household.
Absolutely.
See, but then it goes back to this too, though. The original removal of parent from the household was all government oriented, right? So after that fact, when it became accepted that would happen by the other parent, as in the whole, I don't need you for this and that type shit, whether it's the male or the female, that created another problem. See,
right?
Because now instead of he out the house or she out the house or whatnot, and you still making an effort to keep the other parent in the child's house, everybody got comfortable with the fact that if you ain't gonna raise your child this way or that way, then somebody else will help raise it, but it ain't that other person's responsibility. And the respect of or supposed to be given to the other parent is often lost in all of the bullshit.
Yes, it is.
Because people sit around and talk bad about the other parent with the kid or to the kid, and don't nobody defend the other parent, no matter what the other parent might go through. Hell, me and mine right now, separated about 2 years, 3 kids in between, 1, 2 with another one. But I don't never downplay their mama in front of them, either one of them, because I know that they going through shit. I mean, no matter if it's self-inflicted or not, no matter if they're angry, rough, whatever the case may be, it's still your job to ease the situation on the other side.
And you ain't got to tell your kid, you ain't got to tell the kids what the other parent is doing. We don't give kids enough credit. They smart. What they doing while you living life, providing for them and doing certain things, they watching. They paying attention. If that other person, if that other parent is not there to be of support, or you don't have to make, they already know that.
Yep. Which is the main reason why, like I said, like you got one. Most boys are easier to talk to and deal with when they're young because, it's normally a gimme thing. Boys always looked at it in a different manner. But when you got girls, and I got 3 of them, 2 of them are Geminis, and the other one is a Libra.
Libra.
So when
Libra gang.
So when I tell you,
I can shout out.
When I tell you I got to talk to 4 different personalities, and then a 5th one, but I still got to maintain the fact that they are girls. They getting close to that time where they finna hit puberty and start this and that. So attitudes, tempers, all of that stuff is starting to get out of whack. It happens that way. Are we friends like that? No. But they also know that daddy ain't the person that you run from. I'm the one you come to. Because I ain't never shielded them from nothing that they need to know. But I do protect them from everything that could hurt.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is thing, and physically showing is another. Yeah, they get their ass whoopings, they get their punishment, but I'm also the same father that's in the middle of the floor doing homework. I'm the same one that does, the same one that reads, cooks, cleans, washes clothes, all of that shit. I do all of that because it's still my job. I don't give a shit if I get them one day out the week or if I have them all 7 days. That's still part of the job. When they mama need a break, and it happens all the time, I don't hit it with the hell, nah, figure that shit out. I'd be like, yeah, bring the kid. Why? Because it's as hard to parent together as it is to separate.
Right.
You know, each person got a role they got to deliver. Not teach, you got to deliver this role. Because as a man, it's your job to show your daughters what the man they looking for is supposed to look like, how he's supposed to act, treat everything, all of that. I said, when you got daughters, it's your job to show your daughters what the man is supposed to look like, do, and how he's supposed to handle business. Regardless of how bad you feel, what the hell you going through, Superman has always got to be in the goddamn building. Ain't no such thing as kryptonite when the kids are around.
But you know, you showing your sons at the same time, you doing what you're supposed to do. Even, see, my point of view is, like, my mama never bashed my daddy. I got my thought process simply on what I seen him do. What I had memories of, all of that. But that's still, even the bad stuff he did, it's still me growing up and even seeing that, hey, he fuck up too. You know what I mean? Or I don't want to live like that, so I'm not going to do this. Even just seeing it, I still developed my thought process on how to be a man.
Yeah.
You know? So that's my point. This was the whole point of the show, because I feel like even though you might not like who this person is, you might not stand who that person is, he still have a role. He might be a bad person, but he still have a role to play.
Yeah.
And if he a bad person and you really, again, the mirror, before that night cracked off, you know what I'm saying?
You knew who he was.
You know what I'm saying? You already knew. It's certain things we already know, and I feel like we don't take responsibility for a lot of what we present in front of them. You know what I mean? We don't look at those things. Instead, we want to focus on them being bad and them being, well, maybe you was a badass mom, or maybe you was, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you didn't have enough support. Or like, we don't think about that. Come on now.
Like, I call my kids bad when they with me. I be like, yeah, I'm bad. But in all honesty, I just be like, nah, y'all just too raw for TV. Because I'm still in the molding process, man. There's still a lot of shaping to do. And I ain't shaping them to be me. I'm shaping them to know what they got to do to be them.
Yeah, that's what they are, individuals, and that's what
don't do as I do. Just do what I do and be better than I am.
Get the job done. That's my whole objective.
That's the thing with, you know, I want my kids to go through what I had to go through. Yeah, I do. I went through ass whoopings, discipline, and all this other shit. Look where I am now. I ain't got no criminal record. Got 5 kids. Work 2 jobs. Do what the fuck I want to do when I want to. But all my business is handled before I do that.
Right.
If I'm supposed to go somewhere and my kids call me and say, Daddy, I don't feel comfortable. I want to stay the night with you. Can I stay the night with you? Plans of counsel. That's just they are counsel. And if you see me or you've been around me any point in time, you have seen my kids.
Yeah.
They're the most lovable things in the world. They're serial huggers. Too cute for their own good, but you know.
His
they know how to act in the
everything. I ain't gonna lie to you. His kids are everything.
But because they're always around me, they all tough as hell too. Yeah, they listen to rap music and everything, but they go to church every Sunday with my mom.
Yeah.
Just as much rap music as they know, they can sing you a whole gospel album. You know, I mean, I'm just straight like that. And they'll be listening to stuff, and I'll hear them singing and they're rapping, and I'll be like, you know what you're saying?
Right.
You know, I teach them everything. Because a lot of the stuff they be rapping and saying and repeating these songs, I tell them exactly what it means. After I tell them, be like, oh, and then I don't never hear it no more. Because a lot of this shit, they really don't even know what they be talking about. And after they figure it out, they be like, oh, no, I didn't even know. I'm like, well, that's a rap for that. Yeah, you're right. Except my 4-year-old, he just don't care. That little shit.
They fun when they're that young, but once they start getting older, you be like, this
yeah,
girl.
my 4-year-old, that's me. I can't. I'm still figuring that one out. I didn't even know I was that bad when I was
Yeah.
That's all. I ain't gonna even lie about that.
Honey Banks talking about Team Scorpio. It's always Team Leo and Libras, but we'll let you make it. But I'm gonna let y'all make it. Now we'll let you make it.
I'm an Aries in this thing.
Oh yeah.
Get it right there.
Aries, Libra, and Leo.
Yeah, I'm the crazy one, raising all of the mentally crazy.
Cancer.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's always a mental battle in there. Whole struggle.
Okay, so my question for y'all is, what do y'all think we can start to do? Or what are some steps that can start to take place to make it better?
Mental intimidation.
Where Jazz go? Is Jazz?
She's
still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Chime in.
Yeah, look.
Like from the jump.
So what? Okay, so I did have a question. I'm just sitting, listening, observing. So I had a question. It's still on top of the subject, on top of the topic. So I have a question. So I'm going through like a situation. The father of my kids haven't really been around that much.
Mm-hmm.
He moved out of state, whatever happened. But I had somebody else step up to the plate to, take the role as their father. We have been separated now for like 2 years, but he's been around since my daughter was like 8 months. She's 5 now. Okay, so we haven't been together for about a year or so. And I'm trying to get their real dad to start being around. Okay. So I'm like, okay, can you FaceTime them? I always have to reach out to him. He never really reaches out to me about the kids. I always have to, hey, do you want to FaceTime? Do you want to talk to him? And he was like, yeah, we can start doing that. But to me, it's always an issue where it's like, you're not taking your responsibility as their actual father. You want all like the what am I trying to say? You want all of the
being a father.
You want all the accolades, but he don't want to
being
do the
a
work.
father, but you're not taking the steps. So, y'all, he was planning to come down here at the end of this month, and he was like, "So, are you gonna bring him?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So, who are you gonna say that they're going to see? I was like, "Well, we're going to see their grandparents, which is his grandparents." But I was like, "Their grandparents." He was like, "So what about me?" I said, "Okay, well." They can call you Curtis for right now, but eventually when they get comfortable, they can, eventually call you dad. And he has a whole big issue with that, y'all.
Did they ever know him
Big issue.
But they had, that was my question too. They haven't known him.
They don't know him as, their father because he hasn't been around. He put himself on child support. Like, y'all, he put himself on child support. Yeah, he doesn't pay child support. He doesn't have a job barely half the time. You moved out of state. You're 8 hours away. You used to put you 2 hours away. Like, it's a lot of stuff that you did to separate yourself. Not me. So he's more like, I want them to call me dad. I want them to call me their father. I was like, how can they call you that?
You got to work up to that.
You gotta earn that. Yeah, that's earned just like respect is.
Exactly.
Especially at that young age, they don't know you. They don't know you as that.
Exactly. And I was just trying to explain to him, like, they know this man is their dad. They no longer see him. Of course, they no longer see them. I want them to work up to that. I don't want them all coming out the bag calling you that. I have a 6-year-old and a 5-year-old. That's going to confuse them.
Oh yeah.
Last thing I want to do is confuse my kids. A lot of parents just be some parents. I feel like they just be telling their kids stuff, and your child is not. You're not supposed to be telling your kids every damn thing.
Right.
Because some things are meant for you, and some things are meant for your children. Just like if you late on the bills and this and it, that's not none of your kids' responsibility. Don't tell them none of that. Don't get your kids all worried and scared and stuff like that. I'm just saying that right now,
they don't know how to process it.
Exactly.
They don't know how to process it, and not only that, they can't pay the bill anyway. So what would be the point?
Yes.
So what are we doing? So I'm like, why would I sit here and confuse them and make them like, oh, this is that, oh, that's that too? Like, no, we're not going to do that. Let them get used to being around you. Let them get used to just seeing your face first before we decide to make that next step.
Have you developed any gray hairs over this?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let me go ahead and save the rest of the head, honey. It ain't nothing you can tell a grown ass man to do. Absolutely nothing. If he gonna do that, he gotta want to do it. Everything you saying is only giving him hope that you being soft on him. Damn all that. If he gonna man up, he gonna man up. He know he got responsibilities. Whether or not in the end of all of this, you ain't the person he answer to. I ain't. The kids ain't. He still got to answer to God for what he ain't doing. He was given an ultimate blessing. It was your job to make sure that this one blessing he was given was guided all the way until they knew everything they need to do to stand on their own too. Just because they 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, even 18 and 19 these days. They can stand up, but they ain't standing on their own. They still support. By the time they get ready to get out on their own, his job to make sure that backbone and that core strength of being an adult and being tough when you're supposed to be, that's what he was supposed to be doing. Now, if somebody else done that, by the time they get older, and that image is what is the way they'll be. They won't be like the daughter, so to speak.
Right.
So yeah, no, stop.
Right.
Stop trying to get him to be a man. He gonna have to put on his own. He laid down on his own, didn't he?
No, I mean, come on now. I wasn't in there by myself.
And for me, that distance don't mean nothing. You know, like
when you want to see
8
your kids,
hours
you
definitely
go.
ain't nothing. For me personally, I done drove to California and back just to get my son for the spring break. You know, his mama was finally gonna let him come. Okay, I'm coming.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that distance don't mean nothing.
Brother, stop selling yourself short. Y'all, brother done driven to Cali, Maryland, all over the map.
Hey, wherever he at, I'm coming. But he flying now, so we good. He flying, so now I just gotta go to the airport. We good now.
If that's the case and the child too young to fly by themselves, hey, you get your shit too, get your hotel. Both y'all, I'll pay for this shit. But bring his ass here, bring their asses here, whatever the case may be. You can stay at whatever hotel, you can chill here. I don't care, but bring me them.
Right.
That's all that matters. You bring me them and whatever you got to do while you here. Fine.
Yeah, I think that happened once.
But these right here. Oh yeah, cause these but them five right there, man. Look here, bro. I didn't walk 6 miles to get my kids from school.
Yeah.
You got to do what you have to for your kids. Yeah. You got to do what you got to for your kids.
So
and you know something?
Exactly.
I didn't walk dead in the school during the cold blue. Sir, we're in the cold blue. I don't give a shit where my kids are.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I don't play behind them.
I shoot everybody in this hole until you show them to me. Where they at?
Yeah.
That part.
Where you shoot at? Where you last seen him at? Oh, we finna go take care of that now.
Yep. And let me say, for the parents that's not involved, kids see that.
Come on.
And
They do.
you know, they understand what that means. Even if a kid call you, hey, can you come to such and such at the school? And you, yeah, I'm gonna come, and you don't show up, that's a memory them kids are not gonna forget.
Yeah.
No.
They don't let you forget
That
anything.
happened to me last
They
week.
don't.
Brother's first dance competition. I missed that hoe because I had to work. But I told her, I promise you I'll never miss another one.
Yeah.
And I ain't missing another one. Now I bullshit you out. I won't.
Because it's the small stuff like that kids really need.
That's
People
what they
don't
need.
realize
They know that.
they need that support system. They need to know that you're there. They need to know that you love them and they care.
Yeah. Cheerleading, teaching football. I'm in that hoe.
We got a
shit. All up in there like swimwear.
Right.
All up in there. I mean, I can't do the whole, ballerina leg thing, but then,
you get close
you know
to
what I'm
it.
saying? We get up in there though. We still had to do a foot thing.
All right, we got _Jari 168. Hey, Jari girl. She say kids pay attention more than we think. consistency is very, very important to you. Building a healthy relationship with your child, very, very important towards building a healthy relationship towards your child.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mimi has a question. She says, I have a question for the young lady who topic we are discussing. Okay, Mimi, send in your question for Jazz. And we will get it answered. But yes.
That's definitely, it's important. Like, even though that my kids don't have like an actual quote unquote father figure at the moment, I made it my business. Like, my son is back in football, and every other day I go out there and I throw the football with him. And it's simple stuff like that. Like, people be like, well, I'm a mom, and bitch, excuse my language, that's my child. I'm gonna go out there and throw the football with him, because he's gonna remember that. Man, my mom used to throw the football. You know how it's not common. I want to be uncommon as possible when it comes to being a parent. You said what?
You ever run him over or stiff arm him, son?
No, I just throw the football, throw it, make sure, he's running and doing a little bit of routine, but it's, it's just the stability, knowing that you always have somebody there for you no matter what. It doesn't matter if your dad or whoever's not here. I'm still gonna take up my spot and do what I gotta do.
Right.
Look, I done went to.
They can go outside the park and get it.
Come on now. That's all it's about. They love that. They love that attention, and that's what they need. Like,
I'm gonna make sure I set it up after the show. We're gonna make sure we get y'all in connect, because y'all do have boys. I forgot about that. Okay, so
the whole kid. Let's get that.
Mimi has a question for Jazz. She says, have you made a plan on when you're going to tell your children, or what age you will tell them?
Yes. I was thinking about telling them about a year after, like, after seeing him so many times. Like, I was going to wait for about a year. Maybe wait about a year. Them seeing them at least consistently every other month, and then eventually being like, hey, let's sit down, let's have this conversation, let's go ahead and introduce you as who you are to them and what they should be calling you. I felt like at least give it a year. You know what I'm saying? A solid year of you being consistently there, making the phone calls, doing the FaceTime, doing what you needed to do before we just move up to that next step of, oh, they're about to call you dad. No, we're not going to do that. So
he probably going to tell them.
Yeah, that's what he told me off back. He was just like,
I'm
gonna just tell them, and I was just like, no, you're not. We gonna hold on, like, chill out.
Nah, he gonna tell them.
Yeah,
he gonna tell them.
Off the rip. I mean, am I wrong for wanting to wait a year? Am I wrong for wanting to wait a few months before I actually tell them, like, hey, this is, your biological father, this and this and this? Am I wrong? That's the question.
I don't think.
Tell him when you feel like he's doing everything that he's supposed to do as a man and as a father to his kids.
Well, see, I'm gonna say, for me, I'm gonna say just prepare for the conversation. So when he do tell him, because he gonna tell him.
Yeah.
When he do tell him, then you just you give your side of it. I mean, they 5 and 6, they ain't really just up there yet, but they gon'. So what do they consider the other dude, or he just completely out the picture?
He's completely out the picture because we're no longer together anymore. And I felt like that was the best thing to do, because you're with someone else living your life now. And I chose that by myself, because it was like you wanted one leg in and one leg out. You're not gonna be like that with my kids. It's either you're going to be all in and they can call you, hey, Dad, I'm having a hard time, this and this and this, or you're not going to be there. We're not, because I can't pick and choose when I can be their mom. I'm their mom every day, all day. 7 days out
24 hours, 7 days a week.
Come on, 365 days out a year. So I don't get to pick and choose when I get to be their mom. So I have to make a hard decision.
You know what I would say? I would say, because we're putting timestamps on everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's a parent knows that kids develop emotionally at different stages in their life. You can have one
Mhm.
kid that might be a little more mature at a younger age versus your other kid. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, for me, I would say when they're emotionally ready to handle that conversation. And if you,
Mm,
in having, and you being their backbone and their support, their 24 hours, 7 days a week, they're talking to you about a lot of stuff. So when
mm-hmm.
that conversation comes up, that's when you know it's time to talk about it.
Right.
When they become curious about it, when they start asking, because what's going to happen is as they get older and as they, participate in sports on teams and stuff like that, they're going to see other kids who have what they don't have. They're going to
Right.
Mhm.
notice a difference. Like, my life is a little different than this person's life,
Right.
and at that point, they'll question. My advice would be, doing it when they're emotionally ready, and when they're ready, they'll start talking about it. And the only thing you can do is tell them, you know, what your side of things is. And I think Big E or Ben said that earlier. But tell what your side of things is. You can't control what he does or doesn't do. I would literally send him a message and let him know this is where your kids are at, or this is how you can contact them. And after that, it's he put himself on child support. So if he put himself on
Mm-hmm.
child support, you already made up your decision. You just don't want nobody coming after you financially, but you made your decision already. You're not making an effort to be around. So this is
Mm-hmm.
where you can find your kids to communicate with your kids. But other than that, I got to focus on the kids solely because I am their sole provider emotionally, physically, and otherwise.
Mentally.
I don't got
Mhm.
time for
Right.
chasing you mentally, all of that. That's a full time job.
Let's take a
Right.
pause. Take a pause for the cause. For all
Yeah.
of y'all that do have to do it 24/7, because that absorbing all of that is that's strength that you can't imagine that you have to get from out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Applause. I give you all the applause in the world. But I'm a different type of dad and stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
My two step
Then
kids.
that's a different type of breed. You don't have you don't have, yeah, that's a different type of breed of man. You're a different type of breed of man. And you
But my
know,
two step kids, I know both of their daddies.
Right. Same here.
I done talked to both of their daddies. I done charged both of their daddies up and threatened them with bodily harm if they ever make them cry. And I done told both of their daddies, what you had a chance to have, you don't. Those are mine.
And my thing, well, with me and my situation, I told the kids from pretty much the get go, like, look, I'm here. I'm not trying to be your daddy though, but I'm gonna always be here. If you call your daddy and he say he can't make it to something, I'm there if you need me to be there. But I'm gonna let you give him that opportunity first. You know,
Well, no, I
that
done raised
just
mine from the time they were diapers.
say that again.
I done raised mine from the time my bonus too. I done been raising them since they was in diapers.
Same here.
Like
Same
like
here.
like my
Well, ain't no
oldest boy,
step you daddy.
like my oldest boy, his daddy lived 25 minutes from him and don't see him.
Hmm.
Me and him and almost came to blows because we've been in the same house and he watched his biological son walk up to me and call me dad, but he called him by his first name. And he threatened to try to whoop me. I straight told him then in his face and in front of everybody, you touch that boy, and it's gonna be the last one you touch. It's straight like that. He get into a problem, something happened, it's something you need to know. He pick up the phone and call me.
And that was what I was gonna say about to you too, Jazz. If the other dude's still trying to kind of be involved or trying to say that, hey, my hand is still out if they need to talk, but they young, so that's not even really gonna just last long like that.
Right.
If they was older, I would say just let allow them to still have that conversation if that's what they had.
Because you can only shield them from so much.
right,
Right.
right.
Shielding
And
them
that's
too
true.
much, shielding them too much to have life ready to crush them.
Right.
Crush them quick too.
And I guarantee you, from
That's
how hard we done all hit our head, going through stuff in life with the stuff we didn't know, from the same type of, I ain't gonna say neglect, but omitting of things that we should have known. That's
Hmm.
want to keep from happening to my kids. Because that vital information, not the stuff that you're gonna learn as a kid growing up, but when stuff really hit hard and you ain't got no choice, and you know that they can see it, say something. Because everything you don't say does the same thing he did to you when you was there.
So I have a question. Since y'all saying, let them kind of go through things, don't shield them too much. Do y'all feel that in the generation we're in now, how children act, do people? I'm not going to say we as in we here, but do you feel like people project their kids to certain things, like certain things that they not supposed to, like in this generation, how kids act now? I think some parents just project their kids to so much stuff, like, and it just it doesn't ruin the child, but it really does something to them mentally.
Well, I think it's like what I think Ben said with the putting them in front of that box. When you get them tablets and you get them phones and you get them all this stuff at 2, 3, they working TikTok and they doing all
they
this
coming out to shoot with social media. We didn't grow up with social media like that
at all. Our social media was outside.
Right.
Yeah. We outside. You thirsty? Get some water from the hose. You come in when the street lights come on.
Shoot, I can barely come in the house.
Running the water bill up.
Right. Don't come in the house too much, because then you coming back in the house too much. You got to stay in. Go on ahead and
you running out my air. Stop going in and out my door.
On the air, you letting bugs, flies in. Like, Mom, I'm just
stop running in and out of my damn house. Go outside.
Staying in the house is not an option when I go.
Talking about some, if you walked outside and heard the big door close behind the screen door, you was fucked.
Yeah. And I just want to say on that social media thing, just it's pressure for kids. So like when
it's pressure for kids and adults.
And I would say when we was growing, we only had we might have had to compete with 2 or 3 dudes in the neighborhood. As far as who could dress, you know what I mean, who could get the girls, whatever the case was. We didn't have to compete with the world. Now these dudes got to compete with people in Pakistan, you know, just like they post a simple picture and
you ever
it's not
some nigga from Dubai?
Yeah.
Good luck, nigga.
Yeah. You know, they in a different world and you know, don't expose them to it too early.
Yeah, because that's even how they fight now. They fight through social media.
Through social media. Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you put the same kids out there now, like how we used to scrap, we used to fight with our homeboy. Like, nigga, we finna go to the backyard.
Just everybody.
We finna get it one time, and then we finna be cool.
Yep, just everybody.
But nowadays, these kids they get all tough. They go through your personal shit, post all your whole life in there, tell everybody get pulled. All this other shit.
Then they ready to pull up. Then they pull up to your house.
Yep. And I'm gonna say on that is because it's emotional. You know.
Yeah.
That's only part of the shit. Like, yeah, people be exposing their kids to the wrong shit. You know the average drug dealer nowadays is about 14 or 15.
Yep. Yep. But like I tell my partner too, because we talk about kind of something like that. We had the same thing. It just wasn't as prevalent as it is now. Like we had kids that was doing the same thing and they was in the same boat. They had to take care of people and they had to do. We had the same thing. We just didn't have them to this extent. And then the hustles now, I mean, think these kids is learning how to steal cars at 8 and 9 years old off of TikTok. They learning how to scam and doing all of this stuff. They are learning way more than we was learning.
We're going to jump into the comments real quick. Mimi says to Jazz, well, I encourage you to try 6 months because one thing for sure, life is too short. Thanks for responding to my question. Much love. And then she says, the question to the males.
What's up?
Would you prefer to be called bonus dad or step dad?
I would say, I would say D2 if it was me. Just This, I'm never gonna be your dad because your dad, even if
whatever they comfortable with, that's what they comfortable
right, right. But I said I'm not trying to be your dad. I'm here for you though. That's my whole thing.
Be that male figure.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yes,
I done had kids in the neighborhood, that people say, them your kids too. Hey,
Yeah.
if they need to come holler at me, come on and holler at me.
But that shows how much respect that you have, that you're not trying to take the place of another man's shoes or not trying to step in somebody else's shoes, which is more than respect. People got to understand, some people be like, well, why would you say their dad is not here? But I think that's more of enough of a respect thing than anything.
I found out last year I got like 4 extra kids just from the friends the kids are made. Like, who kid is this? I'm with you. Like, well, what is your name? I don't. Well, we going
where you come from?
Right, where you come from?
Who your mama?
In my head, I'm thinking I don't remember having this.
Oh,
yeah.
But all right,
trying to think that was I drunk?
Right.
Hey, I was asleep. That's the story. I'm sticking to it.
Oh man,
I was asleep.
I'm just saying that's how Junior got here. I was asleep.
oh man, that's what you. Oh, that's your story. You sticking to it?
He was literally a surprise.
Really?
I bullshit you not. Went to the hospital because she was feeling sick. Doc came back like, well, all your tests came back normal. Congratulations, you're pregnant. We sitting there looking at
what?
Yeah, we sitting there looking at each other like, who the fuck pregnant?
Oh no.
Like, have you guys been planning? Like, nigga, stop bullshitting.
Oh.
He's like, no, I'm not playing. He showed that paperwork. Well, I'm talking about nigga just froze.
It's
like,
it's another one.
Another one.
Like, wait a minute. I wasn't through with the other one.
Right. Eyes the peppy. Eyes the peppy.
When did this happen? Oh, mind you, because of that, I'm never going to another Future concert.
Oh Lord.
Oh, not a Future concert. Oh,
I mean, Future is out here having them babies like that.
Him and Nick Cannon. They dropping.
Nick Cannon, baby. He about to have more than a village. He gonna have more than a village.
He got a basketball team with some hubs.
I know that was my goal at one point. Is hey, I'm popping them out. Like.
Yeah, nigga, until that shit get up there.
But do you feel like you can honestly, actively be there for each one of your kids when you have multiple ladies who have your children?
Nah, I mean, I didn't want it like that. If it happened like that, then it happened like that. But that's not how I wanted it.
Hey, man, you shouldn't have been sticking your week and everything. Wow, fuck that.
Yeah, I ain't with that. I wanted. I just wanted a bunch of them.
Look, my cousin and his wife, they got 11, and I'll be looking at him like, y'all.
Baby.
But look, that's more hands.
Like he back in the day, boy. Shit.
Yeah, that's more hands.
It's 11 of them. 11 of them.
12, like shit.
We finna go build the whole town.
Right. You said 11, right? Shit, you got
11.
But look, you got to take multiple cars, and out of them 11, somebody about to drive.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now I'm not doing nothing around the house. I just work
The oldest is 4, like they got the weigh-ins over there. The oldest is 14.
I need the trash taken out, the bathroom done. I need my bed done. I need all that. I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, we straight assembly line.
That's it. We the Brady Bunch on this piece.
They had to go and buy a limo with car seats in it.
Yeah. We just getting the school bus.
Got a whole military
minivan.
They got the Tesla with the seats in the trunk.
Oh man, say.
Look, me and my one, we just like, come on, kid.
I wish it was like that shit. You look at me when I got all 5 of mine, boy, like a herd of Mexicans in there.
Oh man,
straight plow car in the SUV.
Oh man.
Yeah, we done
Yeah,
turned.
and you
all
know
your kids.
they gonna hate it now, but getting older, them memories is something to laugh at. You know.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the one thing I can forever remember, we had a station wagon.
The Caprice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Bro,
used to
you
call
remember
y'all
that station wagon we had? Yeah, we had a station wagon. I'll never forget. We was over there. For those who live in Dallas area, you'll know where I'm talking about. In Garland, over there where Hollywood movie theater, where that train be coming at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Why did
Yeah.
the station wagon stop on the train tracks and the train was
No,
No.
moving?
no.
Mm-mm.
You ever been so scared in your life?
You're like, let's just get out the car. Just get out the
Just get
car.
out. Yeah, just get out. We gonna walk.
I will never forget that as a kid. But I loved that little station wagon. It was cool. Just it was stop.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you the craziest.
Not
shit
on the
ever.
train tracks.
When
Man.
you ride with all your kids, baby mama, wife, whoever's with you at that time, unless you by yourself, and your car stop, that's the
Oh
funniest.
yeah.
It's the funniest shit to me. I swear they'd be like,
It wasn't funny to me.
no, they was sitting there looking like, "Daddy, did the car stop?" I'm like, yeah. Well, what you finna do? Yeah.
We all
I
finna
don't
get out
know.
and push.
Right, we got to get out and push.
Hell no, I ain't never let them push. I pushed the car with all 6 people in that bit. Like, nope, y'all sit y'all ass down. We finna go for a little ride. Like, what how? Like, she finna get over here and drive, and I'm finna toss this bitch down this hill.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, how you gonna get in the car? I'll meet y'all at the bottom.
Yeah, and then you become Superman.
Right.
I done pushed the car out the middle of the street. Been going down the highway, and that hoe stopped at like 2 a.m. Oh yeah, now we finna hit this gas station. You got me fucked up.
And I know that had to hurt. Like, dang.
Right.
I mean, it hurt. It hurt a couple days later, but when you doing that shit, straight home.
Just like I gotta get
You
them
gotta
out
get it
there. I
done.
gotta get them
I
safe.
gotta do it. I gotta do it. You didn't have enough room to flex afterwards. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kids in the car screaming, "Daddy, push the car!" Like,
New school kids ain't doing that. These new school daddies, some of them ain't doing that. They're like,
They don't
oh
even
no,
come
you
back.
know, my manicure, no, I can't do that, or I'm gonna
They don't
scuff
even
up
come
my
back.
Jordan.
No.
A lot of these new school daddies, from what I've seen, they can't change a tire, they can't change the oil. You know, they just like,
That's
oh,
it.
when can I come to your house?
That's part of what I said. Like that's where where do we go wrong at? Because they didn't have an example themselves.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they didn't have an example themselves. So they didn't learn to do none of it. How can they show somebody else how to do any of it?
But what happened is the younger generation started learning from a younger generation.
Right.
Like we kept all the morals and what's supposed to happen from the previous generation before us. But what happened was financially, we got surpassed by a generation or two below us.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You get millionaires and billionaires nowadays all over the world, 16 and 17.
Yeah, because they got because the internet.
Because all they had to do was make one video.
Yeah.
But then again, you get some of them like what's the little dude that he inherited a hotel chain at the age of 15. Took that and made a whole nother killing off of it, and still got his own hotel chain. Now, do you think all the kids that's needing morals and need to be taught this and taught that and still be raised properly, you think they fishing in the sea for that, or you think they fishing in the sea trying to get that bag in the herd at any cost?
Yeah, because they know mama can't pay the bills.
Yeah,
They know this because you being buddy with them, or like you said, you letting them into that light they don't need to be into yet. So they looking for the fastest way to get the biggest bag, and what can I do?
Right, because I mean, when I was coming up, it was always as long as you can take care of yourself, I'm good.
Yeah.
So at the age of 16 and 17, when I was getting out of school, getting ready to go to college and start working, I could take care of myself, man. Like, it wasn't a choice of whether I had to leave the house or not. I had to. Moms were struggling pretty bad, and there wasn't no choice.
See, and that's another thing. Like, I grew up with my mom and dad in the household. I didn't know what the struggle was. They kept that from us.
Right.
kids now, they're all exposed to the struggle and they don't get to be kids.
Nope.
Right.
Because now they're taught that you need a way out of this. So get your damn near studies. Go out here and be something. Go play football. Go do this. Go do that. Like the shit that society was doing to us when we were younger, we doing it to our own kids now.
Yeah, it was 5 of us. My dad always had 2 jobs for as long as I can remember.
But see, you seen the struggle, you just didn't recognize it as a struggle, you know.
I didn't realize the struggle until I got older, until I was a teenager, until I was almost an adult.
First time you got.
I asked my dad, I asked my mom, hey, can so-so come over? Can they come over for dinner? Without hesitation, they'd be like, yes. Bring them over. They'll have another plate ready for them. We'll all sit there, eat dinner, have a good time. The whole time. My parents trying to figure out how they going to pay their light bill. How they gonna do that?
What we eating tomorrow?
Yeah, what we eating tomorrow? And these kids these days, they're being exposed to all of that. They're being exposed to the big struggle that grown-ups have to go through.
Now, medically, I tried to keep my kids from a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, though, because I actually passed out in front of them. So now it's to the point to where after I feed them, they'll look and be like, Daddy, you not eating? Oh, no, I'm not hungry. Yeah, whatever. You take your medicine. And I mean, like, I literally get checked over my medicine, but that's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah, you gonna get, cause
I know.
Look, I have to do my daddy like that. It's like, look, do like I say, sir.
Right. If you do it, we're gonna have that problem.
I mean, they be ruthless with it. I'll be laying down sleep.
Exactly gonna run up their light bill.
I'll be laying down sleep. Alarm will go off for the medicine. Daddy, you hear that alarm? Come on with it. Wait a minute. Who you talking to? Get that medicine, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Oh, no. All the respect go out the window. Like, you're not finna pass out on me again. Is your blood pressure okay? You hot? You sweating?
Like,
yeah.
Give me a video. Yeah. You over there fanning, you done hit you with the case on accident.
Take it on you.
Yeah. I'm tell you, but if it wasn't for the fact that them pill bottles are childproof, boy, they'd have been an overdose my ass here. You take all of it. You got enough water here. You get you
So I had.
Oh, go ahead.
I had a question, and because I was just thinking about where did we go wrong? Do you feel like we've lost our values?
Exactly. Our values been gone.
Right.
We don't even understand what a value is.
Family.
Well, let me, if I may poke the beehive with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say we lost our values. It's the fact that teaching them is harder now. You gotta fight through everything that they already learning against what you teaching, and make sure what you teaching holds weight above the shit that they see.
Right. What they're
already see, I think the values came first because I think when you probably grew up hanging around most of your family, or you did stuff like that. So now when everybody is dealing with I don't fool with this person, I don't mess with this person. Now you really forcing them kids to not really know nobody else.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell my child all the time, she's weird. She doesn't hang out with her cousins. I'm like, girl, me and my cousins, we going everywhere together.
Boy.
All I'm saying is weird is a good thing, because I am most certainly weird, and all 5 of mine are weirdos.
Yeah, I am too, most definitely. But I knew, like, growing up, me and my kinfolks was always together. You seen one of us, you seen all of us. And for the long, like, even now, that's who I talk to. I talk to most of my kinfolk, because that's who I grew up with.
And again, most kids nowadays are in an age bracket by themselves to where they are younger, 4 or 5 years younger than their cousins.
Nah, man, there's so many kids out here. Like, I don't really think that these kids is that big of an age group. Even us, we had all ages.
Well, true. See, but then again, though, we cut from a different cloth.
That's a
whole nother breed of living.
But see, that go back to the grandma thing too, cause
I mean,
that my grandma made sure we was kicking it, and we understood what it meant to be together.
facts, because I guarantee you this right here. Now we are missing Big Mama and the picking peas talk. But has anybody picked peas with their kids?
Yes, I have.
See,
My grandma took us to pick peas. She had a garden in the backyard. She taught me
See?
how to sew. She taught me how to bake. I know how to cook. When my grandmother passed away, she was 97. She had my mom when she was 50, like 49, 50.
Yes, my mom's had me at 32, and she just turned 65 yesterday.
Happy birthday, Mom Deuce.
I got some young.
Ben, you say we got some young
And
parents.
see, and like I did the whole pea picking thing too, but by the time I got older, it went from pea picking to brain picking.
Yep.
Because I'll sit my kids down in the house, turn TVs and everything off, and sit down at the kitchen table. That includes the youngest one, because it'll be wanting to be in the conversation too. Don't even
Ain't gonna leave him out.
Oh yeah, no, I don't leave it out, but I address them all. I check on grades, school, everything. When their mama was in another relationship, I checked on the health of that. Like, how's everything going at home? Y'all okay? Things feeling good? Your mama all right? They would tell me. Now, oftentimes, where another thing has gone wrong for us is that when we split up from the other parent and we get into another relationship, a lot of us are too quick to bring the new one around the kids.
Yep.
You can't even come to my house. Nope. No, you can't.
And when that happens, without you being considerate of how the kids felt from the initial split up, and you ignoring everything they're telling you, well, then they're gonna start to rebel. And then everything you thought was secretive about your life is now the knowledge of the other parent. But I guarantee you, I got more information than I even wanted.
Yeah, because they just being kids. They just talking about what they going through.
What they were doing was where the initial safe haven was at was no longer safe. So what they did was they came to the escape room with the big ass junkyard dog in the front. And then it's got a mean ass daddy out there that don't care about checking nobody or anything over here. And I did my fair share of that. To be honest, it wasn't about getting back with their mama or none of that stuff. But even being split up, we still a team. I looked out for her even when she was calling me to talk to me about her other needs. I still looked out for her. Why? Because I still need you to be A1 upstairs when the kids need something.
Right. I say that's same with me. I
still need you to be able to handle business even when it looked like all the chips are there. Yeah, I'm working 2 jobs. You know, put it like this, right? I'm gonna tell you how thorough this shit is right now. We both work at the same place. She's the manager there, but I control how she works. If that make any sense to you. All I gotta do is say I'm not coming to work and she gotta go. That's simple. But is that fair? Hell no, it's not fair. Because she need a mental break too. Granted, you know, and right now, you know, there ain't no law about anything saying which parent can take the kids because unless it's court ordered. And most certainly, I could go over there and grab my kids and walk out the house and take all their shit. Wouldn't do no good for them, her, or me. But that's going to cause everything you don't want to happen. So what do? I be the bigger person. Somebody's got to. Somebody's got to be the level head whenever anything falls apart. You know,
somebody got to. Somebody gotta put themselves to the side and understand it ain't even about them.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about the kid. As long as the kid has what they need and
well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's not even about the kid. That's where another thing is messed up where we went wrong here. We know for a fact the kids are gonna be good. I don't give a shit how. They gonna be good. It's the person that's got to take care of them day in and day out, or the people that's got to take care of them day in and day out that's got to deal with this, that, and the third, figure out new time frames whenever something happen on or, you know, the fly or emergency or last minute, you still got to figure that shit out.
Yeah, but I say the kids ain't going to be good either, just because we wouldn't have all these adults with the issues that they have stemming from their childhood. You know, kids go through stuff too, just like adults. They going through it with you. So I think they have some input. You can't control the narrative, but you can let me know how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, we wasn't able to do that.
We couldn't do that.
Hey, tell our parents like, "Hey, this is how I feel," and get, "Oh, you shut up, you stay out of grown folk business."
Yeah.
Type situation. Like, I think it's so important that we allow our kids to have a voice.
Which is why. Like I was saying, like it's not that me and my kids are friends. Like I said, I tell them all the time, I am always the diary. Always. Whatever you write in this book will never go anywhere else except for this book.
Right.
But we're not friends, though. I need you to understand. Whenever you're thinking about something and you all hyped and you want to go, hey, yo, what up, Pops? What up, homie? Don't do that shit. Because if it's something serious you got to talk about from the jump, now you got to get your ass got on. You got to be reminded about where you at, who you dealing with. Then by the time you get ready to talk, you so shook from getting your ass got on, now you don't want to say nothing. Let's do this from the jump the right way. Because me, I tell you right now, I piss my kids off all the goddamn time. Why? Because I don't let them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't reward bad behavior. You're not finna act like you're finna run over me or anybody else.
Yeah.
And so you know, wherever in the hell we go, I don't give a damn if we walk into the world's worst penitentiary. I am still the baddest nigga on the block. Mm-hmm. Let anybody try something and it's going down. But as for y'all, everybody sit down. What's been happening? What's going on? Why have you started acting like this? You've been doing a lot of crying lately. Why are your grades slipping? What's going on at mom's house? Are you too tired from dance practice? Are you still learning your cheerleading? So like, it's 1,000 things you got to go through on a daily. Even when you don't have them with you, I got to call and do the same shit. Mm-hmm. But I still leave the pen and pad open for them at any moment in time.
So, Jazz and Boogie, KT had to leave us, y'all. But Jazz and Boogie, Jazz, you done been on the show, but I don't think you've ever been on Brotha's show. And Jazz, I know this is your first time getting a chance to experience us. I hope you ladies have enjoyed us. However, yeah, come back for the next one. However, one thing that we love to do, because y'all done got a chance to hear Big E this whole time, but he goes in on our favorite part. And so with that being said, it is now Evan's exit. And with that also being said, Evan, where do you feel we have gone wrong? How do you feel we can start to correct this? And share with us your full-on feelings with this Evans exit.
Where we did go wrong is thinking that discipline was dead. And what I mean by dead is we gotten to the point to where we bargaining with our kids. It ain't no bargain, this ain't nothing. You don't work, you don't pay bills, you ain't gotta worry about none of the stuff that we have to actually handle on the front. Kids have one job, go to school and behave. Us on the other end, we take everything we gotta deal with, and sometimes we lay it on our kids to make up for the pain we feeling or going through, to be able to erase that or give us a moment of happiness. Give us the extra motivation to keep going when kids have been the motivation the whole time. How we correct this is getting back to the strength that we all started with. Social media can't win this. Life can't win this. The government can't win this. We have got to go back to being the parents that run shit. Because if not, it used to be the streets would take your kids and raise them and give them back to you. Now social media will take your kids and raise them and kill them. Cyberbullying, all this other stuff, competing with everybody for over stupid shit. And then they feel like they ain't got nowhere to go to talk to you about none of the stupid shit they getting in, because everything you try to warn or shield them from is happening when they didn't listen. And then the whole thing with being, separate parents, co-parenting. Co-parenting needs to go back to being a team sport. Whether it's 1 kid, 5 kids, shout out to you, 11 kids, you still gotta be both coaches. You need a head coach and an assistant coach. Because when the head coach missed something, the assistant coach gotta fill in. The game plan has to be between both of y'all. School pickups, dance recitals, choir practice, whatever the case. You gotta work extra hours. Well, I'm off at this time. I got them until you get off. Whatever the case may be. But you gotta start looking out for each other's mental health in order to save the mental health of the children. And if you think they mental health and capacity ain't fucked up or screwed up right now, it is, because ours is. The shit we try to hide from our kids, at least the physical sense and what they can see from the outside world, is one thing. But when you off in your room at night, you go to that shower or you in your bed or whatnot, and your prayers become tears, and you think your kids are asleep, they hear you. Don't matter how far away from you they are in the house. If your house room is on one side and theirs is on the other, they hear you, they feel you, and they know a lot better than what you think they do. They spent 9 months next to your heartbeat, moms. 9 consecutive. That heartbeat don't never change. For us, they spent the 9 months listening to our voice. That's why they respond to it differently. They understand comfort as well as they understand pain. They just don't know how to process it and deal with it. So by all means, to get back to where we was at, the strength that we started off with has to be regained. Because they need to respect the fact that there's a lot of parts of life that they'll never see growing up that's not meant for them to see, but we also got to prepare them through the same shit. And that same preparation is key for us just as much as it is for them. Because when you have a child, you got to learn as much as you're putting out. You might be you, and your child might be the embodiment of you, but they not you. That brainwave and frequency is split up between 2 people. You got to figure out what they going through, they motive, they tendencies, all of that stuff. If you spend the whole time with your head down, just working and letting them grow up, you'll never know your child, as most parents don't. And when you don't know your child, you can't bond with them. They don't listen. They find comfort in other people. They find it easier to talk to everybody but you. And I can say that because I witnessed my daughter do the same thing with her mom for a few months. So I had to intervene. You have to do something about it. You never know what the other parent is going through once y'all split up. While y'all together, you can see everything and you still don't know everything. Once y'all split up, the same burdens that fall on you is what you're stressing about, trying to heal from the loss of a loved one or love lost, not losing them indefinitely, but the whole split up and separation be just as tough on you mentally and emotionally as it is on them. They know when you crying. Try to know when they crying. Because just as much as you hide it, they will too, because it's something that you didn't want them to know, and they know that you didn't want them to know. So they'll shed their tears in silence too. You just have to know that they're doing the same shit. And if you leave them in the dark long enough, the light they find won't be yours. So don't force it. Stop trying. Just do. There's no right or wrong way to any specific person or parent how to raise their kids. You raise your child how you raise your child. But you also have to know that if you raise your child in a certain manner behind the things you do, and you can't stand yourself, you won't be able to stand what your child becomes either. Teach them before society does. That's all that is.
And ladies, that's what we call an Evans exit. Brother.
Minnie.
That's it, that's all.
That's it, that's all. Thank y'all, ladies.
Yes, thank you, ladies.
You are very welcome.
Look, we not finished with this topic though. We got a part 2. So I don't know if it'll be next week or Nah, but yeah, would y'all like to come back for part 2?
Yes,
I'll be
I am
more
so
than happy to
down.
come back.
So listen, with part 2, we are gonna include kids in this.
Oh yeah,
if y'all noticed during this whole show, I was quiet.
y'all get the whole y'all get to meet the rambunctious group.
It was the quietest I've ever been on this show. Ben even texted was like, "Are you okay? Are you being quiet because you don't have kids?" However, for me, I speak from a standpoint of a child's of the today's kid when things go unspoken, when you are that child and you're from a broken home. So I speak for the kids. So next week we're gonna have some kids on. We're gonna have actual kids and then we'll have adult kids as well on to kind of just share their thoughts. And I would love for you ladies to come back as well.
I mean, you get to interview your nieces and nephews.
Yes, I get to talk to my babies, and I miss them. I know I miss them
They've
so
been
much.
waiting to get on the show.
They really have, y'all. His kids are amazing, and they have.
Daddy, can we go to this show?
Right? No. Can we go? Can we go?
Can we listen in?
No.
But look, tell them make sure they hit that like, comment, and subscribe button.
You know it's coming.
So with that being said, Evan, what they need to do?
Like, subscribe, and smash that motherfucking bell.
Smash it, smash it, smash it.
Everybody wish me a happy birthday.
Oh yeah, listen,
yeah.
wait a minute. Before we go, I have to do this because see, we're not gonna be here. Nobody's gonna be, we're not gonna be on the show tomorrow. So tomorrow is Bossman Ben's birthday. Woo!
I will scream.
Big shout out.
Happy birthday.
Big shout out.
With the Libra gang.
Libra gang. But this I'm gonna do this on the show that everybody always get, but baby, you're gonna get it too. So you ready? Happy birthday to you.
To me?
Happy birthday to you.
To me?
Happy birthday to my baby.
I can't say that.
Me?
Bossman Ben.
Bossman Ben.
Happy birthday to you.
And let the church say amen. All right.
With Jessica Rabbit.
All right.
Or what the pastor said in the church, all the peoples say amen.
Amen, amen, amen. But yes, y'all. So with that being said, I don't know if you ladies are doing anything tonight, but we are about to be a bad decision crew.
And if you don't know what that is,
that means we finna go make a lot of bad decisions right now.
Sure you have
bad decision crew.
Where y'all going to make some bad decisions at?
We are headed to Fort Worth.
Ooh, Jesus.
Fort Worth. I live in Garland. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I'm allergic to Fort Worth. I'm allergic.
That's part of your bad decision.
Hey, wherever the slab stops, you hear that?
Right. Well, we are about to head to Fort Worth. And
what's in the Fort Worth?
Huh?
What's in the Fort Worth? I'm trying to see what that be like. What's about that?
The stockyards, bad decision crew about to take over real quick.
Bad decision crew. Jesus.
I guarantee you, it's a different vibe when you first pull up.
Right.
But once we step out the car, step on the scene, it's a whole
vibe.
Well, I bring the crowd where I go, so
Oh, baby, listen, we bring the crowd too, so come on, boo.
Oh, I stays with the shit.
Are we going to PR?
Be on camera.
PR?
I stays with the shit.
Okay, so if y'all are down and y'all want to come out and celebrate Bossman Ben's birthday, we will be at PR's tonight. It's in the stockyards. Hold on, I'm gonna Google the address real quick so I can tell y'all real quick.
Oh, just so y'all know, this is the start of weekend shenanigans.
Oh yeah, this is the start of the weekend shenanigans. So y'all gotta make sure y'all are following us on our social media platforms.
By all means, you better keep your water handy because hydration is gonna be key for this one.
Facts. So
see, that sounds like me. You celebrate the whole month, the whole Libra season.
Eat something.
We doing it with our relationship. We celebrate the.
Yeah.
Are y'all still there?
The whole month of October.
Yeah.
I'll be posting out some stuff that we'll be doing Saturday. We got something going on, but it's a surprise to Bossman Ben. So it's not going to get put out until Saturday.
It's not a surprise.
Oh, for Saturday?
No,
I didn't.
You just said it was.
He knows it. That's all he knows is a surprise. He just doesn't know what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has no. Listen.
Well, you didn't have me on the
Boss,
key, so I can't.
Right. Bossman Ben has no idea what all I have planned so far. Like, none. And Big E, the bodyguard, has been summoned to not say a word.
Can we ask ages? How old are you turning? Or, are you?
I'll be 36.
36. That's a good age. That's a good age.
Yes, it is.
Was a good year.
Yes, that was a great year.
It was a great year.
It was a great year.
I had fun at 36.
Yeah, hey.
You said at 36. You ain't a day older than 36 in 2 days.
Right. That's what I do. I was about to say.
Oh, young voice over there. Wait.
I think that Boogie, that was you.
No, I'm way older than 36.
Shut up, right. No, but wait, she got a 19-year-old. So yeah. I would have never guessed it, but yes.
Man.
Yeah.
They think my child is my sister. We were at Town East one day and the guy was like, "Hey, can I talk to your sister?" And I'm looking around. I was like, "My sister?" He's like, "This is my mom." He's like, "Nah, stop playing. Give me your number. Give me your sister's number." I'm like, "This is my daughter."
Yeah, I can see
it's,
that.
It's the black don't crack.
It's the black that don't crack.
Well, funny story about
because I use that melanated beauty butter. Yeah.
Hey.
See, funny thing about a mom and sister thing. One of these wild nights.
Look, is that a product?
Oh yeah. So,
okay. One of these wild nights at this other spot we was at.
Bad Decision Crew story.
This chick was off in there. Looked like she couldn't have been a day younger than
25.
Right. Said she was off in there looking for her daughter. Now we standing off in there looking at each other like, daughter. The fuck? So we sit around chilling, drinking, and then out of nowhere, the daughter finally shows up. With I guarantee you, the shit was like on cue. I look up, Ben look up, and the next thing I hear is, "I call bullshit." Because you wouldn't have believed it if you saw it.
Yeah.
It was literally like, hell no.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no fucking way.
That ain't your kid.
And Neon Moon is no longer with us.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Neon Moon.
Oh, I do parking lot turn ups too. Stop playing.
Yeah. So yeah, ladies, if y'all are interested, come out tonight. Brother, if you free and you want to get out tonight, come out tonight. We're gonna party it up for Bossman Ben's birthday up at PR's.
Look for the slab.
Yeah, look for the slab. Look for us.
Look for the smoke.
Look for the smoke. Where there's smoke, there is Bad Decision Crew.
I guarantee you, after the smoke is out, I'm gonna go start a fire somewhere.
But y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in today, and we thank y'all. And without further ado,
oh wait a minute, I gotta tell them where it's at. PR's is on the corner of Fuck Around and Find Out. Meet me there. Like a bitch.
Look, my welcome mat to my front door gonna say that. Fuck around and find out.
You say what?
The welcome mat to my front door says that.
Hey,
oh wow! See, we're on to something.
But then you have to graph.
You gotta have the graph.
Yeah, but you gotta have the graph.
The graph.
You need the graph. We got the graph.
Ignorance is bliss.
Right. What up, child? We out. Peace.
Later.
Later.